What are the stories of transformation that you can tell us that you've seen and you've had the experience of watching, and how do they inspire us?
Well, generally what happens is meditative energies work very fast on the psychosomatic network.
Right.
So personality changes are very swift.
Okay.
So depression vanishes quickly. Lack of memory changes to good memory. Then reasonableness comes into life, a kind of a equilibrium. Then your self-assessment is more objective. That is the most important delivery of meditation. That you become more
Self-aware.
self-aware and you become more objective.
Right.
You become less emotional.
Okay.
You see, your reflexes are not totally emotional based,
Right.
and you are a good critic of your own
Self.
actions.
Right. Also, the fact that there is usually a lot of people say that the best time to meditate is the Brahma Muhurt, which is the early morning hours. But is it practical? Do you see that as the only hour, or are there different hours in a day, depending on professional hazards? People could meditate anywhere. The book does mention about.
You see, meditation is something which can happen only when you are deeply interested.
Right.
So what is important is the thirst for meditation. Now that has nothing to do with geography or time.
Right.
If you want to pray, let's say, there may be scriptures, there may be systems which will advocate a few things. That be so, they are also correct in their own way. But when it comes to meditation, it is your urge, your deep urge to meditate. And if that is there, then let me tell you, it is not that you are sitting for meditation. Meditation makes you sit.
So
That is very significant. In other words, it happens in you. You cannot make meditation happen by sitting.
Right.
You could be sitting from morning till evening with eyes closed with all the recipes given by various people. Nothing will happen.
Right.
But if nature finds in you a compassionate person,
Yeah.
nature finds in you a very lovable person, nature finds in you a person who is interested in serving mankind, then nature
Will allow itself.
allow itself to happen in you very, very quickly as and when you need. So in other words, nature is giving you these doses of meditation to do good to others.
Humanity. Yeah. Yeah.
So that is the truth.
Yeah. So the light operates through you for
Yes.
a reason and for.
Now, when we talk about meditation, I must clarify here that meditation has nothing to do with age, nothing to do with gender, nothing to do with your food habits, nothing to do with anything of yours actually, except your deep desire to meditate, to learn meditation. Nothing is sacrosanct to begin with. Now people can ask me that I smoke, I drink, I eat non-veg, can I do meditation? The answer is straight. If you are really interested in meditation, then meditation will happen to you. But as meditation happens, all these things which you mentioned, like smoking, drinking, they'll wear off.
Right.
They'll wear off. And you will yourself know the do's and don'ts of meditation. I would prefer that dhyan happens to people through their deep urge to connect with God.
Yeah.
And in the process, they themselves refine themselves
Right.
and also lay down their own code of conduct,
Right.
rather than my telling them do this and do that.
But meditation as a whole is also considered to be, if somebody is focused on their work, for example, a swimmer who wants a certain goal, isn't that meditative?
Yes.
Somebody who's in the karma, who is in the job and he's so engrossed in it, would you see that as meditation as well?
Now, there are two aspects to it. That if you are meditative, you will be able to do whatever you wish to do better. That is one thing. But to say that somebody is doing something better and so he is meditative would be a exaggeration. I know that people who are successful have an ability to transcend their physical self for a little while. But that cannot come under the classical definition of meditation. No.
Okay.
So there are painters who get lost during
Painting.
the act of painting. Well, there may be flashes of meditation in them, but you cannot call them meditative.
Right.
Whereas a person who is initiated into meditation and starts doing active meditation would then be able to be a better painter, and he will realize that.